What's happening, everyone? You know who it is. It's Paul here from Project Prepper. Today I'm going to take you through a comparison review between these two flashlights, which are of similar class, the TN4A by Thrunite versus the Fenix E41. First I'm going to take you through the nuts and bolts of these flashlights, the specs and features, followed by basically some thoughts and opinions, overall aspect of these flashlights. Starting with the dimensions with these flashlights, the Thrunite's length in total is 111.5 millimeters, whilst the Fenix E41's overall length is 116 millimeters. As we've moved on to the bezel or head side of these flashlights, the diameter of the Fenix E41 is 44 millimeters, whilst the TN4A is 45.5 millimeters. The E41's color tint on the left is a cool white, whilst the TN4A on the right's color tint is a neutral white. And the Cree chips that are used in these flashlights are both XML2U2 chips. Alright, the reflectors used in these flashlights are as follows. The Fenix E41 uses a smooth reflector, while the Thrunite TN4A uses a orange peel reflector. The lenses on both these flashlights are toughened ultra clear glass with anti-reflective coating. On the tail diameter side, the TN4A on the left is 45.5 millimeters, whilst the E41 on the right is 40 millimeters. Now moving on to the peak beam intensity of these flashlights. On the left, the Thrunite's peak beam intensity is 24,320 candela, whilst the Fenix E41 is 18,900 candela. The peak beam intensity in a nutshell is the measurement of the brightest spot in the focused beam of light emitting. In other words, it's center of the light source, which is the hot spot. Moving on to the body of these flashlights, the TN4A, you can see here, has the stamping with the serial number surrounded by diamond pattern knurling for extra grip, which is not aggressive. And here again, stamping of the Thrunite. Here, stamping of the Fenix E41, exactly the same almost as the TN4A, again surrounded by diamond pattern knurling. As we're moving up to the flashlight head, you have a main side switch here on the Fenix, which accesses all your modes and functions. Again, the same with the TN4A. Same setup, but with the added extra bonus of a little LED in the center of the switch, which is blue indicating full battery capacity, but when the batteries are running on the low side, it starts flashing red. So it's a good little feature. Here you can see a little hot symbol, which indicates the head of the flashlight can become hot when it's been used for long periods of time. Now let's look inside the internal componentry of these flashlights briefly. Just like to point out, as we're looking at the TN4A, the weight of the flashlight without batteries is 218.6 grams. Now taking a little sneak peek on the inside of the TN4A, you can see here in the middle is the battery carrier in which the batteries are housed in. Now with the battery carrier, it has contacts on either side of the carrier itself, which then in turn is no need to worry about putting in a certain way. It doesn't matter, it's fine. It'll still work. And as you can see here, the contacts on the battery carrier will connect to the spring contact on the head of the flashlight here. And just a little look here of the body of the flashlight. You can see the threads there. They're well machined with an O-ring to help seal the battery, and there's nothing inside. Basically, it just houses the battery carrier. The construction of the TN4A is made of Type 3 hard anodized aircraft grade aluminum. Moving on to the E41, just like to mention the construction is of course the same, which is hard anodized anti-abrasive finish with durable aircraft grade aluminum. As you can see here, it's the tail, which is now in focus, is a rotating contact disc with a locating pin. That helps to locate the hole in the internal housing of the body of the flashlight, so the contacts line up with the batteries. As you can see here, the threads are squared thread finish with again an O-ring to help seal the battery, make it waterproof. E41 weight without batteries is 204 grams. Time for the dunk test. Going to be submersing these flashlights in the water to see how they hold up. They're both rated for IPX8, which is a ingress protection rating. The Fenix underwater submersion is good for 2 meters depth, while the Thrunite TN4A is good for 1.5 meters. The impact resistance is good for 2 meters height, whilst the Fenix is good for 1 meter. Damn, that was a fast 10 minutes. No, I didn't want to make you guys go through the 10-minute procedure watching flashlights in the water. Anyway, to the task at hand, you can see here the little LED indicator is flashing red. Gives you an idea that the battery is low. I'll still run through turning it on and off, make sure everything runs okay. Everything seems alright. There's no breaches, meaning like no leaks or anything like that. Just playing with the flashlights now, making sure it's all okay. Blind myself a little bit here. I'm sure you guys will be fine. And yeah, they seem to be stepping up and down the modes fine. Alright guys, now I'm going to take you through the runtime and modes for both these flashlights. Just want to point out that also both these flashlights have reverse polarity protection, which guards against improper battery installation. I'm going to start off here with the Fenix E41 by clicking and letting go. You enter your low mode, which is 20 lumens for 80 hours with nickel metal hydride or alkaline batteries at 95 hours runtime. Now stepping up to the medium by clicking it again. You then enter 140 lumens for 11 hours runtime with nickel metal hydride or 13 hours and 20 with the alkaline. Now stepping up one more time to your high mode, which is 400 lumens with 2 hours and 30-minute runtime with nickel metal hydride or alkaline batteries at 4 hours and 15. Now finally, to enter your burst mode, you have to push and hold down the side switch to enter that mode. Now that mode is at max lumens at 1000 lumens, but doesn't specify run times. Alright guys, now I'm going to run you through the run times and modes of the TN4A. Starting off with the Firefly mode. To enter this mode, you press and hold down the button. Okay, there's Firefly, which is 0.38 lumens at 80 days runtime, which is quite impressive. Okay, now to your low mode. Press and hold. Your low is at 17 lumens with a runtime of 93 hours. Stepping up, pressing and holding. Come to your medium mode, which the runtime is 14 hours at 138 lumens. Now stepping up to your high. Your high is 577 lumens at a runtime of 150 minutes. Now to enter your turbo or your strobe mode, you double click really fast. So just for comparison, I'll put it back down to low. And now while it's on like this, double click really fast. Now you're in your turbo mode. Your turbo mode is at 1050 lumens with a runtime of 56 minutes. By double tapping really fast again, you'll go into your strobe. And that's your strobe at also the same luminous setting as your
turbo mode, which is 1050 lumens at 150 minutes runtime. So that's your modes and run times of the TN4A by Thrunite.
Alright guys, I'm going to basically give you some thoughts and opinions and some considerations about these two flashlights. Put in my 2 cents worth basically. First off, I think it's evident that both these flashlights perform very well in their class. Although both of these flashlights are more larger in diameter to other EDC or everyday carry flashlights, consider the fact that they run on 4 AA batteries, which is quite impressive for the amount of lumens that they output, as opposed to, you know, if you were to have 18650 flashlight types that are smaller in diameter, yes, but they're a more expensive battery to buy. So it's a great plus for people that aren't aware too much in the world of flashlights, that you can get a great performing flashlight that runs on AA batteries, which are common household batteries. Because these flashlights have a larger diameter and size, they make great for perfect lamp lights in an emergency situation, or for like short-term power outage, or just at the campsite if you need some lighting. I guess too, other considerations would be what type of tint you like, whether it's a cool white or neutral white. I do know that the Thrunite TN4A comes in a clear white version, which has a Cree XP-LV6 LED, and it's 1150 lumen flashlight. And also whether you want a smooth reflector or an orange peel reflector. Basically, with orange peel reflectors tend to disperse the beam a little bit more to give you more flood, and depending on the size and diameter or the depth of the reflector, it might limit to you with the throw, but it's not with this case with the TN4A. It's both a decent deep and large diameter reflector, and usually predominantly with the smooth reflectors, they provide one of the best throws, usually, depending again on the reflector size. But in this case, the Thrunite TN4A is a slightly larger reflector overall, so it gives more of a flood and more of a throw. But again, it depends whether or not you want a slightly more compact flashlight in the same class, which the Fenix E41 is. That concludes our dual review on the Thrunite TN4A versus Fenix E41. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you aren't subscribed to Project Prepper yet, please help support us by subscribing. We do appreciate it. And until next time, thank you.